World Series. They got 12th in last year's, and they just big as what it is today. They haven't been able to grow with alongside the rest of their competition. They've fallen back, but perhaps this year, perhaps this event at Bangkok, Thailand is when we will see LGDS rise back up to their prime spot. Now, NG has been brought back into the equation already. LGDS, their team, at least in the Taiwan League, was averaging over 2 kills. You know what I mean? It's like they can kill everybody else, but they can't seem to, transfer that success onto the international stage. They haven't been able to do that. If you're looking at more of like what Eva's Phoenix, Enigma Galaxy, Attack All Around, all the Thai teams, yes, they have the meta. Yes, they're very strong, but they've been able to kind of impose their Galaxy within their server with the appearance of Enigma Galaxy trying to take over Thailand by force. EVOS Phoenix now is the second-seeded team of the nation. Who would have thought, man? EVOS Phoenix is one of the oldest teams within the Thailand region, and to think that Enigma Galaxy could just show up this year and take over the whole scene by storm, that was unexpected, Holla.
Unexpected. That team is just, and we'll talk a like, hey, they won the last World Series. Where are they, right? But what happened was they had a great regular season. They finished second, but in the grand finals, pretty much every single team were targeting them. They couldn't get any momentum going, and they finished a disappointing 9th place. That is a travesty. This is the home ground. You have a World Series in your country, and you're not able to attend as the
single year. You can rest on your laurels and be able to do the exact same thing in the future, because what you do every single time you win out there on the Free Fire World stage is inspire the rest of the survivors out there throughout the whole world. You show them that it is possible. Everybody wants a piece of that pie that you've eaten already, and if you don't buck up, if you don't step up your gameplay, you
do that? Is that what you're saying? No, but okay. Let's talk a little bit
about
today.
Not today.
Not today, sir. Got it. Got it. Okay, but let's talk about the MENA team here. This is going to be Infinity VX. This is one of the weirdest teams because I really don't know how to judge their success because they're kind of, nobody really expected this team to actually make it to the play-ins. It was one of those situations where they just turned it on at the right moment. They made sure that they got into the grand finals. I mean, yes, they're in the
and here's the surprising thing about them. They play usually super slow. Nobody was expecting them to go anywhere because they weren't really hard-hitting during their league stage. But at the grand finals is where we saw them just evolve into a monster that was just chomping down on all of the other squads. Infinity VX might just be able to do that here today, but there's no league stage for you to get comfortable. And as I talk about them,
they're in a pretty decent spot, but if you're looking at EVOS Phoenix, they're looking with Naguara. They're on the other side. Okay, that fight is generally going in. Brand is going to have to run in. They're going to regrouping. But one thing that I've noticed, at least with this play-ins, is that the teams are playing very well coordinated. They're sticking together. There's no solo, commandos running around.
I told myself I'm not going to say they do have that high ground advantage, and it looks like EVOS Phoenix has managed to dodge away, hide their heads, and Naguara are running straight into this trap. EVOS Phoenix, the thighs are about to eat them alive. Yekol down with a double glue wall just to protect himself. The rest of the players, they flank around from the right, and God Cruz has got the AC-80 in his hands. Needs to take that double shot. Ice Grenade will move him away from his defense. He responds with a grenade instead. Has got the UMP in hand. Faku drops by to say hello, and God Brad, what a shot, but he gets taken down. Faku strikes, Maxi takes Moshi as well, and it looks like the Die Giants are eliminated in the 9th spot. What an upset on home ground.
Oh my gosh, this is a huge upset there. Nakamura, everyone was saying that this is a team. Travesty. This was the clear favorite going into the play-ins today, and seeing that they're already eliminated in the 9-minute mark, this is going to speak volumes for the rest of the play-ins.
They lost Chamos, Naguara. They are absolutely killing it out there on the battlefield, representing the Latin American region and doing them proud. INF, on the other hand, they have to be really careful. Been trying to do the exact same play here. When they lost Yuan as well as NG, they brought them back in successfully, only to lose Roro. This team has been on the back foot since we started off this match.
Back foot. This is a bit of a situation for them. They're down low in numbers, but now it's all about positioning. They need to play safe. They stick together, try not to get into any skirmishes. Maybe you look to third party, get a little bit lucky with that. They need to stay alive. That's the biggest thing for them. LGDS, they've kind of lost their arm going into this fight.
Lost their arm, but let's see. Players, man, I mean, it is possible. Magic Squad, RRQ Kazu, this might just be the next battle that we are waiting for. Bhima Sakti Strip down in the middle of this next circle stands RRQ Kazu. Magic Squad doesn't really need to move, but expand as they rotate in from Clock Tower. Magic Squad trying to tag them up already. Now, that's not the kind of game plan I would have called for Magic Squad, because expand has a lot of time to
in that case. I mean, Expand had no idea Magic was there, but at the same time, Magic Squad are like, hey, this is our building. We're going to fortify this end. You want to come around? No, you need to take the long way around. Make sure that you're, getting away from them. Magic Squad, they do have 3 kills. Pretty good positioning as well on the edge of the circle. Great spot to be in at the 11-minute mark. We need to see more of that, but Magic Squad, again, I think they were just a little impatient.
Those engagements, because you want to secure those eliminations for yourself. Every single point matters. Talking about points, Naguara sits down at the top with 4 eliminations to their name. The elimination leader of the lobby so far.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they should get double points for eliminating Evo's Phoenix. Like, I'm sure every other team, I mean, yes, they don't know who has died at the end of the day, but it's one of those
in the hands of INF. I know it is Gatel who has got 2 in his hands. And also the grenade launcher in the hands of Gatel. Gatel can be the biggest of difference maker. Woodpecker in the hands of Nastas. He needs to tag those players up first, but the question is, will we see INF get super cheeky? Because if Shin can get a good nade and take down Gatel first,
at the end of the day, the circle is going to go through them so they can just kind of lock it down. As I say this, look at Drax, another knockdown onto LGDS, focusing the attention on there.
It looks like Bruce is going to be the next one on the menu for the players of Naguara, who are on fire, literally. Words to them, but even if that does not happen, look at Magic Squad rotating in deep into the circle. Axel down on the ground, I believe, and Anas. This is the players from the side of Hotshot Esports taking those hot shots against them. Question is, can expand
good angles. That's what you want to do as a team. Make sure that you just kind of focus it on. Expand have not been able to get away. They're kind of stuck outside. There's not a whole lot of cover on that end. It's going to be difficult. Now, if we look back to Infinity VX, yes, they have 0 eliminations, but this is a good situation where Team Flash have run back more into the circle. They're playing it.
Things are about to get messy, but both teams are keeping it for the final circle. Question is, my friend, are you going to survive until the final circle? As Yanbin drops Zika, Hotshot Esports meets a player that they were not expecting. They pick him up instantaneously, but all of the players are tagged up already. Low in HP, RRQ Kazu might just
expand here. They see this. This is a great opportunity to third party.
RRQ, Pac-Man. This is the shield gun in his hand. And the players of Hotshot, they're playing this patiently. Expand closer in towards that final circle. Shin goes down too fast, gets the knock, but Woodpecker does not secure the elimination just yet. Brand gets a knock well, but BO still finds a way to revive 2 of his players.
Cobra, Axel, both very low. There's the only 2 members left from Expand. Axel's just been knocked. Cobra's all by himself. He's just like, I'm a bush. If I don't move, they can't see me, right?
I mean, only to the eyes of a noob, I guess. The pros see everything, man. Can secure the knock, but Sergeant backs away. That tags him up just a tad little bit. Legalot has got that grenade launcher and 5 grenades in hand. This guy can be the grenade.
Sepertinya Hotshot masih punya glow yang cukup bagus, sementara Magic Squad akan coba berhasil memulangkan juga teman-teman dari Expand. Satu tembakan coba dilepaskan, charge booster yang langsung connect juga. Infinity masih ada 2 player, coba memberikan beberapa pressure yang cukup berat, sementara dari arah atas Magic Squad juga sedang berhadapan dengan teman-teman dari
Axie goes down, Brad goes down as well. Out of nowhere, Naguara struggle as
9 kills. Who's gonna kill this guy?
Shin down on the ground, and it is secured by Legalov. And RRQ Kazu with 10 eliminations to their name. They're looking for that Booyah as well. And Magic Squad stands which secures the first Booyah of the day.
RRQ Kazu, a heavyweight, a favorite going into this one. The Indonesian squad is just on another level right here.
Yeah.
I think they had close to 12 kills. They were cleaning it up. Mind you, I think they had 1 kill at the 13-minute mark, and all of a sudden,
Even before jumping on into the matchup, we already saw Legalot's screen as well as all of the stats that he has picked up so far. And where this guy excels was the damage part. And we talked about how the M79 launcher was his secret weapon. Lo and behold, he whips it out in the plains as well for the first matchup of the day. And that is the weapon that secures them the double towards the very end. Legalot is on fire. And I am just wondering, can he keep up this sort of a pace for himself?
it's a marathon, not a race, not a sprint, right? There's plenty of opportunities to get yourself back into it. Mind you, this is a great start for RQ. If you're going to have one good game, or like you want to start the plans, this is how you want to start it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, massive on the side of eliminations. You get the Booyah as well. And I think they've managed to pick up the most number of points on both of those lanes, and nobody else had anything on them. Expand got caught out very, very early on. Hotshot managed to finish them off, but even Hotshot couldn't get any luckier after that, as they were caught out in the open.
Yeah, definitely so. But let's look a little bit at the match standings. This is, of course, the first one, but that monster came by RRQ Kazu. 12 points, 12 elims, 24 points. Hello to RRQ Kazu. Magic Squad with 19. That's a pretty good number for them in number 2.
Very good number for them. They sprinkled their pixie dust on everyone except RRQ. I guess the boys were just a little bit too far away. But Naguara was the squad that started things off hot. This was the team that eliminated EWOS Phoenix in the 9th spot. But look at EWOS Phoenix, man. With their own eliminations, managed to bump themselves up to the 8th spot, thankfully. Team Flash in the 4th place with 11 for themselves, and Infinity VX with a total of 8 and 2 eliminations, 6 placement points. Guarantees that Infinity VX is not going to get left behind just yet.
Definitely not. I mean, they still have a chance, of course, very, very early, all of those things, right? But LGDS, I think we started with this one. They probably needed to have a better start than that. They need to be a little bit cleaner going into this one. Getting 2 people down is just really rough. But let's talk a little bit about the MVP of that last match.
MVP of the last match, the one and only Legalov with the M79, the damage dealer, the eliminator of RRQ Kazu. You want to bring this weapon onto that battlefield. You want to have that weapon for that final battle for sure. And we saw the patience, we saw the trigger discipline from not just Legalov, but many teams out there who did have the M79 but refused to use it until it was truly needed, but a lot of the other teams bagged out a little bit too early without even bringing it out.
Yeah, they were sticking too close together, but this is going to be the top players of that first one. 9 elims from Drax 7. We talked about them. The player to watch. The second player to watch we also talked about was Legolas with 6 eliminations. I mean, the M79, he's just an amazing, a sniper with that thing. And of course, Maxi with 4 eliminations. That's pretty commendable too.
Yeah, everybody loves the AC-80, man. You take a double shot towards the head, that's an immediate down for you. And everybody loves to engage a little bit longer in terms of range before you get up close and personal. Then you whip out that little charge buster or the Mag 7. But Yanbin, the glue wall master, 11 director, he tried his best to survive for Team Flash, but unfortunately they had to meet an M79 of their own. And Faku, Homer, and the times he got hit was the total of 4. This guy was a total radical player out there on the battlefield, tagging up everyone he saw.
Definitely helping the team, supporting as much as can. I mean, it's not all about the eliminations that you can get, but as I say that, Drax 7, this is another way is just get eliminations, get headshots, got 5. Mind you, this guy has like, I think a 20% accuracy rate for the headshot, so this is actually quite high, especially for game 1. When he was on, he's warmed up, he's ready to go. But Maxi from Naguara, Assist King 3, you gotta have those guys that can help do the damage so that your team can kind of clean things up.
And Maxi was amazing at that, right? Continuously tagging players left, right, center. He had players like Faku to back him up to take those elimination points for himself, but he himself did manage to do a lot of damage so that the rest of his team members could continue to move forth towards that final circle. Positioning is all what it's about. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's the end of Bermuda. We've got another one coming up on Bermuda later on, but for now, we move on into the dry desert of Kalahari.
Kalahari, very hot, very open, a lot of elevation, very difficult map to play. Obviously, these teams are ready for it. They've played a ton on Kalahari, but playing it against the international stage where the strategies might be a little bit different is a whole nother ballgame.
Of course, we want to see exactly who takes spot on Refinery as well. It is a very well-known information that RRQ loves to play that spot. We want to see if or not they will continue holding on to it, or is it going to be a strategy where they back away and hop on off to a different point, because now they might just be the bullseye target for everybody else out there.
Yeah, it's definitely a bullseye. It's kind of wide out in the open. It's like everybody can see that, but at the same time, you can be standing on the top. You can kind of use that elevation to your advantage as well. Are you able to snipe the guys down? It comes down to the mechanical skill, of course, very high. Everybody's good here, but are you able to kind of make sure that you get those eliminations?
Everybody's a little too good, right? You cannot get caught out in the open. Goodbye, my friend. You are going to get taken out unless you can thank your lucky stars, because every single time you hop on out, the battlefield is clear, right? It may be the case very early on in that matchup, but closer and closer you get towards that final circle, it's a party in that.
Yeah, it's definitely a party. And I mean, again, this is going to be 9 teams going in. Kalahari is a lot bigger, right? It's one of those situations where there's going to be more open space, so that, like, the 14, 15-minute marks in the games are probably going to be where most of the action is going to happen. But we're going to find out. That's going to be coming up soon. But teams are kind of just preparing, making sure that they're ready for round 2, because that's going to be coming up. It's going to be super important that everybody's there. But let's first take a quick little break.
Don't wake up the sleeping dragon. You get burned. Don't you dare drop at our door spot. You get punished. EVOS. But we're not scared.
Alright, survivors! Welcome to Free Fire World Series. That was a super dangerous one for both teams. High risk. There was so much at stake right now. Directly below him is not going to be Fernando at all. But initializing shot that sekarang ini.
Shot telah disupai tapi.
Fire
ज़्यादा बुरी है, तो मुझे इससे ज़्यादा कुछ कहने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हमारा कोई दुश्मन नहीं है, हम खुद सबसे अच्छे हैं.
بالطبع بعد تصفيات خاطر غادي ندير حفل ونعرضكم ان شاء الله ولا واحد غير احنا.
We are a team. We are unique. We have different personalities. And gaming styles.
Oh, but the drive-by! He actually hit but the grenade was there.
Jadi cukup krusial juga untuk tim lawannya untuk mencoba merebut posisi.
Sometimes we may have differing opinions.
Attack all around a helping hand. And now Minor spots. No! And Joanna gets removed as well. No doubt.
But embracing our differences.
Dari RRQ Kazu masih bisa bermain seperti di round pertama tadi, atau justru mereka akan benar-benar dibuat sulit karena ya mudah sekali sudah melihat dari RRQ Kazu mereka ngedrop di bagian atas tadinya, mereka masuknya ke Bima Sakti. Apabila zona kedua mungkin ada di sana, tentunya di Bermuda selanjutnya akan dibaca pergerakan mereka oleh tim-tim lain. Apabila nantinya di Bermuda selanjutnya di round kelima nanti Kazu bakal ngedrop di atas lagi dan zona keduanya mungkin di seputaran Bima Sakti masih masuk, tentunya aku rasa bakalan ada tim yang menuju ke arah Kazu atau mungkin ngerebut duluan compound dari RRQ Kazu. Mungkin Infinity karena mereka tidak begitu jauh dari seputaran Kazu tadi, karena itu dua tim pertama yang tadinya berada di Bima Sakti ya. Infinity juga sudah memang ngedrop di bagian atas itu juga. Sementara itu kalau kita lihat tim dari Force Phoenix, kenapa mereka bisa tusun di posisi ke-9 ya, itu tim pertama yang tereliminasi. Mungkin saja ketika mereka melakukan fight tadinya berada di luar zona, sebenarnya itu luar zona selanjutnya, zona keduanya mereka baru meluting di seputaran pick itu saja. Cukup berani memang apa yang yang dilakukan oleh tim EVOS Phoenix. Mereka melakukan fight bersama tim Naguara yang harusnya mereka tahu juga ini tim yang tadinya sebelumnya mereka sudah eliminasi karena jalur itu juga yang digunakan oleh tim yang naik ke bagian atas. Tetapi EVOS Phoenix sendiri mereka sudah mulai nge-setup sebenarnya, mulai nge-setup untuk melawan dari tim Naguara, dan ternyata setelah satu player pertama tadi terjatuh membuat dari tim Naguara player-player lainnya mengambil alih dari posisi yang sudah terkenal dari tim EVOS Phoenix-nya itu sendiri. Sayang sekali juga dari tim EVOS Phoenix, tim yang digadang-gadang ini bakalan bisa memberikan perlawanan yang keras sekali bahkan di play-in pada malam hari ini, tetapi untuk di round pertama mereka harus tumbang di posisi ke-9 ya. Sebentar lagi kita bakalan masuk ke round keduanya, ini bakalan panas lagi tentunya, dan buat caster silakan untuk kalian.
Survivors, welcome back again. Tentunya kita masih di Free Fire World Series 2022 Bangkok.
Udah jadi babak play-ins, masih bersama Arman Nosif dan juga partner gue
Cil ya, yang akan memasuki round kedua barengan sama kalian setelah oh my god.
Oi, Jul, lu inget gak? Di zona kelima di rumah L, gue sempat lihat RRQ Kazu itu baru ngekill satu kill doang.
Tiba-tiba udah 10, dapat Buyah, terus tambah Magic Squad harusnya
12. Jadi total poin mereka adalah 24. Cuman yang menarik di sini adalah ketika kita dilihatkan POV antara Magic Squad dan juga teman-teman dari Naguara, itu posisi Bima Sakti bagian bawah itu kan ada Hotshot, ada Expand, ada juga Team Flash, ada Infinity. Mereka lagi perang, RRQ tinggal ikut-ikutan aja, jedar sampai akhirnya mereka kumpulin 10 poin. Dan kalau kita ngomongin Magic Squad, mereka itu bonyoknya karena sebenarnya
zona.
Posisi mereka itu udah ada di zona, ada di rumah L, udah enak banget. Tapi kenapa mereka naik ke atas?
Kayak
Nah,
mereka
tapi
pengen lihat POV, maksudnya POV yang lebih luas lagi harusnya. Dan mereka
Betul.
ngeliat crowd yang ada di sekitar perumahan atau di berbagai rumah yang ada di depan mereka terlalu ramai mungkin. Jadi dia pengen coba ambil daerah yang lebih sepi dari atas dan pengen ikutan jadi third party. Tapi ternyata malah mereka jadi kehimpit sama zona. Akhirnya HP-nya terkikis oleh zona oleh serangan dari musuh double damage mereka terima.
Betul, dan pada akhirnya pas mereka sampai ke dalam zona, ke dekat-dekat rumah lagi, mereka udah bonyok, sisa 2 orang doang. Dan 2 orang tersebut yang sisa dari Magic Squad itu kan posisinya dempet. Ya udah, Legaelot, sang kapten terkuat dari muka bumi ini, langsung lemparkan M79, langsung connect. 1 peluru, 2 orang langsung menghilang dan Buya berhasil dikemas oleh mereka.
Betul.
Bermuda sih, udah keren banget ya seperti itu hasilnya. Dan ini dia, game pertama total skor mereka itu ada 24 poin. 24 poin itu karena mereka Buya dapetin 12 poin kill juga. Total damage-nya, Julia, 5.572. Total damage-nya gede banget.
Gue lagi gak bisa berkata-kata gitu.
Speechless kan lu? Padahal gue sempat bilang kan, gue sempat ngomong juga kalau RRQ Kazu itu merupakan tim yang defensifnya kuat. Dan itu mereka buktikan di Bermuda. Tapi poin utama gue adalah Kalahari mereka itu sering menjadi raja dari Refinery itu sendiri.
Betul.
Nah, harapan gua semoga aja ya Refinery-nya ini bener-bener gak ada yang nabrak. Atau mungkin dari Coach Adi sendiri memilih geser ke tempat lain ya, gak turun di Refinery-nya dulu. Ini kalau kita lihat suasana panggung dari Magic Squad yang kita lihat mereka tadi gagal mendapatkan Buya, dan jujur aja Magic Squad ini merupakan satu ancaman yang rada ngeri-ngeri sedep juga.
Benar.
Rotasi mereka tuh cepet banget loh, Jul.
Parah itu rotasi mereka cepet banget. Dan yang tadi kita khawatirin tentang adanya RRQ Kazu yang ada di Central Circle ternyata berkurang ketika ternyata circle-nya enggak, maksudnya mereka masih ada di dalam circle tapi tidak di sentral lagi. Mereka ada di pojok circle yang akhirnya menguntungkan mereka, di mana tim-tim yang berusaha masuk ke dalam circle itu bisa mereka culik satu persatu, di absen sama mereka gitu kan. Dan untungnya seperti yang sempat gue mention juga, ini RQ Kazu bisa dapat keuntungan sangat banyak kalau misalnya mereka nggak buka fight duluan dan men-spot kehadiran mereka ke tim lain. Dan tadi yang dilakukan sama RQ Kazu itu benar-benar cerdas banget, di mana mereka tungguin dulu orang lain pecah fightnya, baru mereka keluar. Curi-curi kayak yang tadi, kan kayak granat-granat, pelontar-pelontar gitu kan. Yang itu unpredictable banget kalau menurut gue untuk tim-tim lain. Yang akhirnya mereka bisa dapetin 10 eliminasi poin gitu kan. Awalnya 10 poin eliminasi eliminasi ketika fight yang chaos itu berlangsung. Tapi tanpa berlama-lama Armando Slip, kita langsung aja masuk ke game kedua kita, yaitu Kalahari. Let's go.
Let's go, kita terbangkan pesawatnya dari arah Shrines menuju ke arah The Sub. Dan sepertinya RRQ Kazu akan coba amankan Refinery. Mereka tuan rumahnya Refinery. Siapapun yang pengen gontok-gontokan sama RRQ Kazu ke Refinery aja. Tapi untuk keseluruhan tim lain, untuk sementara ini belum ada yang drop zone-nya berdekatan dengan RRQ kecuali salah satu player dari EVOS Phoenix, yaitu God Crush yang sudah berdekatan dengan Razor. Apakah ini akan terjadi 1 lawan 1? Sementara di Council Hall sudah ada tim dari LGDS yang ternyata harus kehilangan 1 membernya setelah dihadapkan oleh seorang Sajid dengan MP5 dari tim Hotshot. Hotshot Sajidnya juga udah lumayan sekarat ya one-on-one situasinya, bahkan dan seruannya pun sudah lebih dari setengah HP dan langsung dihilangkan juga oleh seorang Anas 69 dengan AK-47-nya. Langsung dikonfirm menjadi sebuah point kill juga harusnya. Namun 2 player dari LGDS masih belum kelihatan kecuali 1 player yang ada di sana. Rio-nya juga terculik. Ini artinya LGDS cuma tersisa 1 orang. Karena ternyata ada tim lain yaitu Naguara juga, Julia.
Ada Naguara, benar 3 timnya kali ini. Dan sudah mulai terspot ternyata dari tim Naguara ini, dari tim Hotshot Esport ternyata cukup aware juga terhadap sekitar, nggak cuma fokus sama 1 arah aja. Yang lainnya, aduh kelihatan, tapi 1 orang berhasil knock out dari teman-teman tim HS itu sendiri. Akhirnya dari Naguara. Hotshot ini posisinya agak
as early as possible. LGDS have suffered much. Bruce is all by himself. He's on the run right now, just trying to find what he can do, trying to, get to safety at some point, right? But Hotshot Esports, yeah, they were the advantage. They did get a decent number of eliminations, but they're now crippled as well. They're at half strength already, so not great situations for these teams early on.
This is going to be a GG right here for Hotshot if LGDS gets the best revenge ever, because Sika is trying to rotate long way around into confinement. Guess who's who's there? It's Bruce and NG. Bruce and Yuan and Roro. The whole of LGDS is there with arms wide open to welcome Sika into Confine.
Yeah, and Hotshot Esports thought they had advantage. They're like, hey, I thought I eliminated you. No, buddy, I brought him back, and I brought
Hi,
my boys.
Sika!
And Sika